Hello, PhotoPiller, Rafael, the bar here. The azimuth and the elevation are two terms that appear quite a lot in the PhotoPills app. We use it all the time when planning our sun, moon and Milky Way photos. They are key. The azimuth and the elevation are the two coordinates that determine the position of a celestial body in the sky, as viewed from a particular location and at a particular time. For example, let's say that you want the moon to be at a determined position in the sky because you love the composition. Well, the position of the moon in the sky is defined by the azimuth and the elevation. So, long story short, when you master the azimuth and the elevation, you'll be able to plan any sun, moon and Milky Way photo you imagine super fast. I promise. So, let's go! What's the azimuth? Well, the azimuth is the angle between north and the celestial body measured clockwise around the horizon, around your local horizon, around the observer's horizon. It determines the direction of the celestial body. For example, a celestial body due north has an azimuth of 0 degrees, one due east 90 degrees, one due south 180 degrees, and one due west 270 degrees. On the PhotoPills planner, you know, that tool we use to comfortably plan our photos from home. Well, on the planner, the azimuth is represented on the map and also on the top panels, on the panels above the map. For instance, on May 22nd, 2021, if I'm at the red pin position you see on the map, the top panel is telling me that the sun will rise at 6:22 a.m. at azimuth 62.1 degrees. This is the direction represented by this thick yellow line you see on the map that shows me the sunrise direction, the azimuth of the sunrise. So, thanks to the azimuth, I know where the sun will be rising, so I can choose my shooting spot, for example, here, to photograph, or here, to photograph the sun rising right behind my subject, the Favarich lighthouse, which is pretty cool. This is the power of the azimuth. When you know where the sun or the moon is rising or setting, you can choose your shooting spot to get the photo you want. But there is more. You could use the Find button, the button that you have here at the bottom, to tell PhotoPills, I want the sun or the moon to rise at this azimuth, in this direction. And PhotoPills will tell you the exact date and time the sun or the moon will be rising in the direction you want. It's so powerful. The Find button is so cool, so powerful. If you wish to learn how to use it to plan your sunrise and sunset shots, watch this video. And if you wish to learn how to use it to plan any sun or moon photo aligned with a building, watch this one. Now, if I swipe the time bar, you'll see that a yellow line appears. That line is telling me the position, the azimuth, the direction where the sun is at all time for the selected date and for the selected time. So you know where the sun is at all time. And if I swipe the top panel to the right to panel number 3, this panel is telling me that at 7:58 a.m. the azimuth of the sun is 76.8 degrees, which is the direction of this thin yellow line you see on the map. But most important, the panel is also telling me the elevation of the sun, 16.50 degrees. So, what's the elevation? For us, the elevation is the vertical angle measured from the center of the celestial body, of the sun or the moon, the center, to the observer's horizon. We'll say that the sun is at 16.50 degrees when the center of the sun is at 16.50 degrees above our horizon. Also, to make it easy for you to understand the elevation of the sun or the moon, you can use the AR button you have here on the planner. If you are at the red pin position, you can tap on the AR and visualize the path and position of the sun at the selected date and the selected time. And if you swipe the screen from right to left, you can move time forward so you can see where the sun is at all time. And the same for the moon. So cool. I love the AR videos. They are so powerful because they make it so easy to visualize if there is something, a building or a mountain or something that's blocking the sun, for example. Knowing the elevation of the sun and the moon is super useful. But in many cases when planning, you need to know the position of the moon, how high the moon or the sun is relative to your subject. Well, in this case we talk about the sun or moon height above the ground level of your subject. What's the height above the ground level and how to calculate it? Imagine that you want to take this shot where the moon is aligned with the top of the Favarich lighthouse in Menorca, which has a height of 28 meters. So to plan the shot, you need to know when the center of the moon will be at 28 meters above the ground level of the lighthouse, and this seen from your shooting spot. Where do you find this info in PhotoPills? Well, you find it in panel number 2, the black pin panel. So swipe the top panel to the right to panel number 2, tap the button you see on the panel and place the black pin right where you want the moon to be, right on your subject in this case. Now place the red pin in a position, in a shooting spot, where the sun is rising next to your subject, the Favarich lighthouse in this case, like this. And swipe the time till you read on the top panel that the height of the moon on the top panel, where it says moon height, it says 28 meters, which is the height of the lighthouse. I have it here. Yes, the moon height 28 meters from black pin. This means that the center of the moon will be at 28 meters above the ground level of the black pin, so the ground level of your subject. And now if the moon is not aligned with the black pin, well, you can move a bit the red pin to adjust your shooting spot to align it. Every time you move the red pin, you know that topography changes, so every time you move it, you need to double check on the top panel that the moon height hasn't changed. If it has changed, then you need to adjust your shooting time to get the height you need above the ground level, in this case 28 meters. Well, if on May 22nd, 2021 at 4:25 p.m. I am at the red pin position, I'll see the moon aligned with the top of the Favarich lighthouse. Why? Because the moon height above the ground level of my lighthouse is 28 meters, which is the same height that the lighthouse has. So cool. Well, this has just been a super quick example to introduce you to the power of panel number 2 and the black pin. If you wish to see me planning a cool photo of the moon with a building, watch this video. Fantastic! Now you know what the azimuth, the elevation and the height above the ground level are. So you have a strong foundation to start planning your shots and to nail your planning. Now if you wish to keep learning, you can do 2 things. First, you can download our super detailed moon photography guide. I'll leave a link in the description of this video and also in the first comment below. Or you can watch our free moon photography course. You have it here. Watch it. And if you like this video, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next Wednesday with another video. And remember that you have the power to imagine, plan, and shoot legendary photos. Bye.